Good morning. My name is Adriana Randall. My name is Janae Davis. My name is Joy Hoover. Today we'll be introducing the Black History Month speaker. Besse Swint is from Eastern Georgia. She started off at Ryan Elementary and came to Eastern Elementary in 3rd grade when a fire struck her back home. She went from Eastern Elementary to Dodge Junior High School to Dodge County High School and graduated in 1982 and went to Howard University and received a BHM in economics. Her first professional job was with RJR Bistro Sales and Marketing in the candy and snack size cookie division. She covered a territory that included Maryland and Virginia. Her next career was started through an internship at the ABC affiliate Channel 7 in Washington, D.C. in news, and she later became a producer. She moved back to Georgia and was an on-air reporter at WNBC Channel 13 in Macon, Georgia. In 1993, she started her career in manufacturing in Atlanta at the Ford Company that lasted 13 years. That plant produced the Ford Taurus, which won numerous awards for quality and was the best-selling car in America for almost a decade. After the plant closed in 2006, Besse became a serial entrepreneur and worked in the real estate and on photography, design, and marketing companies. She also sells financial services and retirement products. Her proudest achievement is as a mom. Her daughter is an executive with Apple Music and travels the world producing and marketing music artists in Europe, Africa, and the United States. She was also educated in Georgia and at Howard University. Besse's roots are firmly established in Dodge County. Her mom, Lottie Swint, was a teacher here for 30+ years, and her father, Henry Swint Sr., served in the U.S. Navy for 20+ years and served our country at Robbins Air Force Base for 20+ years as a civil servant. Besse's a philanthropist and believes in encouraging others to be just the best. BEST stands for Blessed, Encouraged, Successful Scholars. Her business, Just the Best Thing, promotes health, fitness, pursuing your passion, and lifelong learning.
I am so happy and proud to be here with you today. And like the young lady said, my proudest achievement is being a mom. So I wanted to share something with you. I thought you guys would be able to help me out a little bit. Let's see if we have the internet. I want to play for you. Let's see if we can get it to come up. This is a song that my daughter helped Masego. He was an artist who had 100,000 followers on Instagram. She took him from 100,000 followers on Instagram to 900,000 followers on Instagram. She booked him on the James Corden show during COVID. She traveled with him during COVID to do videos, to market him in every way. And in 2021, as a first artist, his first album, he was nominated for a Grammy. So I'm going to see if it will play. But you can go on Instagram and you can see the video, but I'm just gonna play the music so you can hear it. Can y'all hear it? No? So? Okay. Okay, no problem. Proud mom moment. I had to do that, you know. Okay. So, about my daughter. I want you to participate. If you feel like if I say something that you agree with, then clap. I would love that. If you don't agree, I don't have a problem with boos. Because when someone corrects you, that shows you where you need to go. It's like GPS. When teachers tell you that your attitude is bad or you're talking too much or any of that kind of stuff, it's GPS. It's to correct you, to get you back on the correct path. So don't look at that as a bad thing. When people give you correction or corrective criticism, it's a way to put you back on the right track because everybody gets off track sometimes. Okay, a little bit about me. I went to Howard University. I wanted to be the next Supreme Court Justice. I heard about Thurgood Marshall. He was a Supreme Court Justice. And I was like, you know, I want to be the first black female Supreme Court Justice. So I went to Howard University. When I was there, I met up with my cousin who was in law school. And he said, so you want to be a lawyer? I said, yeah, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be the next, you know, Supreme Court Justice. He said, okay, what are you going to major in? I said, political science. He said, okay, so you want to be a lawyer. Do you like to read? I said, yeah, I like to read. He said, do you like to read for hours and hours? Stuff you're not interested in for people you don't know. And I said, yeah, maybe. He said, okay, do you like to write? Do you like to write papers? I said, yeah. He said, do you like to write 100-page briefs on things that you don't care about for people you don't know? I said, I could do it. He said, okay, do you want to do all of that and get no credit for 7 years? I said, you know, I need to pick another major. I don't think I'm down with this. I can't do all that. So I picked another major. I picked economics. I was in the economics department at Howard University, and I actually was in the department. I chose my major my sophomore year. My freshman year, I was a political science major. But as a sophomore in the Department of Economics, one of my freshmen who was in the class with me was this lady, you all might know her. Her name is Kamala Harris. She went on to become the Vice President of the United States. She was in my freshman class at Howard University. People always ask me, do you know Kamala Harris? Everybody asks me, do you know Kamala Harris? Do you know Kamala Harris? I tell them this. Howard University has tens of thousands of students. We were freshmen together. I lived in the freshman dorm. She did not. I was an economics major and I declared my sophomore year. She declared her freshman year. We had the same mentor. He wanted us to hang out together and get to know each other. So I knew who she was. My best friend pledged her as an AKA. So we traveled in the same circles. But see, she was on that law school track, and I was not. So let's just say we had different friends and different agendas, and I hung out with a different crew that liked to hang out, if you know what I mean. So you have to understand what your purpose is and pick your people. Now, she picked her people, and she did very well. I picked my people, and I believe I did very well because you are as rich as your network. The network of people, that you have, the people that you know, that is your wealth. Because if you go into business, then you're going to need customers. So you're going to need that wealth of people. If you want a job, you need a wealth of people so that somebody can help you get an interview. Because if you're just a data entry into a computer of 100,000 names, what's going to make you stand out? It may be that wealth of people. that you know. So I always lead with kindness. Always lead with kindness. Always be respectful to everyone and show them who you are. Because everybody's life is a book and everybody's reading you. Some people may read you wrong, but some people may read you right. So you have to present yourself so that your book is a book that somebody would want to bring in and say, hey, give this person an opportunity. I see them as someone who could be an asset to your company or your organization. Okay, now, my personal belief is that when you graduate from college, you are either going to find a job that is based on passion or money. There are basically two tracks. People who go for passion they don't really care about money. They just work. They do their thing. That's why a lot of people become teachers or even lawyers, because it's their passion. The law is their passion. Teaching and children is their passion. And then there are other people who pursue money. They just want the dollars. They just want to get paid. There are a lot of unhappy doctors. There are a lot of unhappy engineers. There are a lot of unhappy lawyers. There are a lot of unhappy salespeople because they're only doing it for money. Okay, where am I now? Okay. I went, after finishing school, I worked for RGR Nabisco in sales. My mother wanted me to be a teacher because she was a teacher and her passion was teaching. As a child, I was an intern on my parents' farm, and I was an intern student assistant because I helped my mama grade papers. And I picked peas in the field and collard greens, and I planted vegetables. So that's how I was an intern. I worked, I got on-the-job training, but I didn't get any pay. I didn't get a W-2. I was just working. So that was basically how people learned things back in the day. I'm a big fan of internship programs. If you are in an internship program, you already have your foot in the door. Someone is potentially mentoring you. So that's another step to get ahead. So I worked for RGR Nabisco. It was a great job. I made good money. Actually, my first year at RGR Nabisco, I made more money than my mother, who was a teacher for 20 plus years. And I had a company car, which meant I didn't pay for gas or insurance, and I had an expense account, y'all. So if I drove that car to New York in the amount of allotted money that was in my account, let's not tell anybody, okay? But that job was not my passion. I was just doing that job for the money and for the benefits. So, living in DC, you can get 3 feet of snow like that. 3 feet of snow. So there was a day that I had a meeting in Annapolis, and I lived in another area of Maryland that was like a 30-minute drive. We got 2 feet of snow, and I had a meeting. So my boss called, and she said, because we didn't have cell phones, so she called me at my house. I was still in the bed, right? So she calls me, and she said, Bessie, you didn't leave? I said, no, ma'am, Miss Kidd, we have 2 feet of snow. I can't get to work. She said, the snow plows have been out. The icers have iced. You're supposed to be at this meeting in an hour. I said, but I don't really drive that good in the snow. She said, you work for us, and I know you can drive in the snow. Do you want your job? I said, you know what? Give me 30 minutes. I'm gonna take a quick shower. I'm gonna shovel out my car, and I'll be there. Give me 30 minutes to be late. And she said, okay, I can give you 30 minutes because we're gonna have breakfast, so you have a little time. But at that moment, I decided, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. Because I had to go put on sweatpants, shovel out my car, go back in the house, take a shower, put on a suit, and go in my car and drive to my meeting. So at that point, I was like, you know what? Peaches don't do well in the snow. I need to go back south. So, okay. So I decided my exit strategy. Whenever you're in a situation that you don't like, you have to come up with an exit strategy. So my exit strategy was my passion. I like to talk. I was one of those kids who on your report card it always said, talks too much, really smart, but talks too much. Why is she talking so much? So when I found out that you can get paid to talk, you can get paid to ask people questions, you can get paid to hang around with the rich and famous, and you can get front row seats at things. I was like, oh my goodness, this is for me. This is for me. So I did an internship for about 6 months at the news station at Howard, and then I found out about an internship at a local news station, WJLA-TV, the Channel 7 ABC affiliate. I interned there, and I worked my way up to being a producer. Now, when you go into a situation as an intern, the great thing is you get to learn everything. When you have a job, you're assigned duties. But when you're an intern, you can hang out with this person and learn what they do. You can hang out with this person and learn what they do. You get a great view of everything that needs to be done in that industry. So it was an awesome opportunity for me. So I applied for a job at WJLA-TV, Channel 13, and I worked there. It was an awesome experience. I got to meet and be mentored by Tina Hicks, who was a news anchor in the Middle Georgia area for over 30 years. She was the first black female anchor in news. So I was working at WMAZ. I was having a great time. I was enjoying myself. I wasn't making a lot of money. I took a big pay cut to go do that. And so happened, I was walking on a curb. I tripped, hurt myself, got up, and the next day, the stork brought me a baby. So, because I had this baby that the stork brought me, I decided I need to go make some more money, okay? So, I left that job to pursue another career in manufacturing. And I worked for Ford Motor Company. Worked for Ford Motor Company for 13 years. This time, I stayed on the path. I stayed on the path, I made great money, and I was able to travel the world with the money that I made. I was able to donate to worthy causes, and I was able to do a lot of the things I wanted to do. I was able to volunteer at the Homeless Women and Children's Day Shelter in Atlanta, and I grew a great deal of passion and compassion for the homeless. So that's one of my pet projects. I love to work with the homeless. So, okay, so I did that, and staying on that path at Ford Motor Company, I was blessed. I didn't fall off again. The stork didn't bother me. But I got a pension, which is free money for life. It's some jobs back in that day, if you worked long enough, you would get a pension. So I got a pension, which is free money for life. Now you have to have a 401k, or you have to invest, or there are other things that you can do in order to have money when you get older. So, some of those things. Okay, where am I now? Now, the Black history people that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I want to ask you guys some questions. Who do you think is, you can holler out, who do you think is the wealthiest Black American? Just holler out. Okay, let me is worth $2.5 billion. Michael Jordan is worth $1.7 billion with a B dollars. Kyrie Irving is worth $90 million with an M dollars. Okay? The wealthiest black person in the world is a guy in Nigeria, and his name is Aliko Dangote, and he's worth $18.7 billion with a B dollars. The wealthiest black American is a guy that a lot of people don't know about. His name is Robert Smith. He's an African-American billionaire businessman, and he's the founder of a private equity firm called Vista Equity Partners. He is worth $8 billion. $8 billion. So Robert Smith, 3 X's Oprah. He's 3 times as wealthy as Oprah. Okay? Robert Smith is following his passion, which was, he majored in chemical engineering in college, and he went to Cornell. And he's also passionate about giving and philanthropy. Like I said, he was a chemical engineer who became an investment banker. He worked in mergers and acquisitions for Goldman Sachs, and he developed software for them. He actually developed software for a lot of industries because software is the new thing. If you guys, I know y'all know. Software is the new thing. I went to Italy in May. When I was in Italy, I went to a busy train station. You know, they have the Eurorail. So I go to get on the Eurorail. I'm going from Venice to Florence. On the Super Rail train, it only takes 2 hours. It's a long distance, but it only takes 2 hours on this train. So I'm on the train, I get off, I'm hungry, and so I said, okay, I'm gonna stop at a McDonald's. I wanna get some quick food. It was late at night, and there were panels. No employees to be seen. I go up to the panel, I plug in my order, and I wait, and it says your order is ready. I go up to the desk, and this young lady comes and she brings me my order. I said, you know, I've never seen this thing where you punch in your own order before. She said, yeah, it's here in Europe. They're testing it everywhere. I said, wow, that's interesting. I said, I don't see anybody back there cooking the food. And it's a bunch of people in line. Who's cooking this food? She said, machines cook almost all the food, and they bag the food. We just confirm the order and put it in the bag. Then, this was May of last year. This year in Atlanta, I saw the same type of situation. But the girl I talked to, she said, oh, we're not letting the machines cook the food yet. We have less people cooking the food. We have a few machines cooking the food, but we're managing it more. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. Fast food jobs, I don't know about the future of that. We're already working for Walmart. I worked for Walmart all year last year, checking out my own stuff, and I was not even invited to the Christmas party. So, you need to be aware of that, what's coming down the road as you try to pick a career. Whatever you choose to do, be it your passion, be whatever you're doing, for money, whatever, a combination of both. But my thing is, I believe if you choose your passion and money, but drizzle a little of your purpose on top of it, it will truly go far. It'll take you far. So you have to think about those things. If you're good with math or not good with math, good with science, not good with science. You don't have to be in the music industry to do well. Whatever you choose to do, because all of those people, they need teachers. All of those people need plumbers. All of those people need mechanics. All of those people need electricians. And all of those jobs you can get in under 4 years with very, very little outlay of money, where other people are going to college for 4 years and getting in $100,000 worth of debt. I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm not saying go to trade school. I'm saying consider your options, because it's a whole new world out here. It's a whole new world. The next person that I wanted to talk to you guys about is a lady named Gladys West. Have any of y'all heard of Gladys West? Okay, let me tell you about Gladys West. Gladys West is a black female mathematician. She churned out numbers and processed data from satellites to help determine where things were located. She did this back in 1956, but she was not recognized until December of 2018. Dr. West was finally inducted into the Air Force Space and Missile Pioneer Hall of Fame, one of the Air Force Space Command's highest honors. Today, there are at least 31 operational GPS satellites orbiting the Earth and impacting every aspect of life. When you look at Google Maps on your phone, or you consult Waves or any of that stuff, you have to thank Miss Gladys West. She was one of the ladies who came up with that technology. Okay, I was talking to you about Mr. Smith. He says, the billionaire, the guy that's worth $8 billion, he said that there is a war for talent. Those who embrace technology will do well. Those who don't will be left behind. Okay, I talked to you guys about that. Okay, my last thing. Okay, what I want to tell you. Everybody has a relative that always needs money. We all have the same relative. Our old uncle that comes in April to collect. But really, he comes every paycheck. His name is Uncle Sam. But that money provides for schools, Robins Air Force Base, and our brave service people in the Navy, Army, etc. These folks are valuable. They keep our country free so we can pursue our passions, money, and purpose. So if you see a service person or a teacher, understand these people are not getting paid what they're worth, okay? Thank them for their service. They are pursuing their passion and their purpose. Few of them will ever get to be millionaires. Few of them will ever get to be on TV. Few of them will ever get any of the accolades that they deserve because they're doing their passion. They're fulfilling their purpose. That is their first priority. And we all owe them a great debt of gratitude. My company, Just the Best Incorporated, encourages people. Is that my time? Okay. 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 My company, Just the Best Incorporated, encourages people to live their best life. Blessed, encouraged, successful, and scholars. So my brand promotes encouraging encouraging people to be healthy physically, mentally, and physically, which means with your money and resources. If you manage your time, which is your greatest resource, you will be successful. As young people, you should pursue lifelong learning because things are changing. You have to pursue lifelong learning. If you get it in your mind that you're going to be learning for life, not just in high school, not just in college, but lifelong learning, then you'll do better in life. And my other little bit of advice, be careful on curves. Be careful on curves. You don't want to trip, okay? Okay, in closing, I want to give a shameless plug. My company is sponsoring a pageant. Oprah Winfrey, Halle Berry, and lots of other classy ladies were in pageants back in the day. In pageants, you learn a lot about public speaking, about how to carry yourself, how to dress, and you get mentorship. We're going to reboot the Miss Black Dodge County pageant. My mother and some teachers put it on back in the day, and my sister won in 1990. It's for black girls in 11th and 12th grade. The winner gets a $1,000 scholarship and lots of fun prizes. They also will get to be mentored by other business leaders. So the key component in this is to be mentored. If I haven't told y'all enough, mentoring, internships. That is the key thing about this pageant, is that we want to promote that. And if you want to find out more about it, I am Besse Swint on Facebook. I am Besse Swint on Instagram. And the entry fee for this pageant is $50. And we're going to do the training on Zoom. So all of your training will be on Zoom. You can do it on your phone, so it'll be easy. We're going to have a couple of practices at the location. So it shouldn't be that taxing for you guys if you want to participate. And the deadline for the entry fee, it was February 5th. I've been promoting it on social media, but we don't have the same friends, obviously. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. If you would like to participate, you can come talk to me today. You can get more information. You can DM me, and I'll give you more information on it. If the February 5th deadline is a problem for you, we can work on that. That's not a major issue. Also, I do special products on my site, which will be up in a week for seniors and pre-K kids. Seniors, high school seniors, pre-K kids, and seniors, people over 70. Because in this country, we have a big problem with dementia and Alzheimer's. In order to stay on top mentally, your brain is a muscle, just like your arms. If you don't continue to exercise it as you get older, you may potentially have issues. So I want to promote health in every way throughout your whole life. So you can visit my site, and for the people who are seniors, if you use code DCHS 2023, I'm going to give y'all a little discount. Also, I will donate forever 10% of my net profits to scholarships for girls and for projects that benefit the homeless. I believe if girls are well educated, that we can end homelessness for children in the USA. Thank you so much.